Okay, so have a few questions. I'm excited for all of these. Okay.
Welcome to Asking for a Friend. I'm Sam. I'm Danny.
Okay, we're gonna go to. What's up, guys? Welcome back for another episode of Asking for a Friend with your girl Sam
and Danny.
All right, here we go. Let's get into it. From most salacious to least salacious, in my opinion.
Oh.
Okay.
Of what?
Danielle, you're gonna shit when you hear this. Asking for a friend. How do you handle it when your ex's new girl starts dressing like you, posting like you, and even names her cat after your kid?
You send her...
Do I send her a thank you basket or just invoice her for brand consulting? Jenny from Louisiana.
I see now I need therapy. That was not one of the options that screamed in my head.
Listen.
I like the gift basket. I can give you ideas of what to put in the gift basket.
I was so with it, like, okay. Or like, first of all, girly, why do you know that she's copying your post? Like, is there some non-club? But she named her cat after my kid, Danielle. I could not.
So you literally go buy cat shit, like cat stuff, the bowl, the little collar, and monogram it. Full name. Full send.
That is psychotic. My ex's new girl. Why is the ex not saying something about this? Do you not remember her kid's name? Like, oh, that's a nice name.
You seem
Why
so
does it
offended.
sound familiar?
I would dog her so hard. Not only would I go buy
I'm
this
afraid
cat,
for her safety.
Girl, I got a cast iron skillet. I ain't scared. And I might monogram her cast iron skillet in case she likes Chinese food. But I would go get the cat bowl and the little cat tag. I would buy it a dress. Or maybe it's a boy. If so, it would get a pantsuit. And I would monogram, a little vest and a bow tie. Yes, I would. And then I would record myself doing this. And then I'd go over there and put it on that there tickety-tock. And I'd be making money. And I would tag her so she could be a part of the fun.
Girl, like mortified for this girl.
Why?
Oh my God. I can't wrap my head around that. Like, I get the emulation. Like, if the new girl's insecure. Like, is she trying?
I would laugh my ass off.
Hold on.
Then after I made my tickety-tock, I would send it to her mama, her grandmama, her deacons at her church, her therapist.
Is the ex the baby daddy?
Now, wait, first of all, I would still do all these things. But if he ain't the baby daddy.
Like he's got a child and a cat named the same thing?
But what if it's not his kid?
What if it's not his kid? But what if it is? What's weirder? What's fucking weirder? I feel like if he is the baby daddy, that's weirder.
I have so many questions.
I know.
Like, and why are you not finding the comedy in this? Like, I think that's freaking hysterical.
Because I'm terrified for her.
What's the cat's name? Now I want to know.
Well,
what if it's like Charles? What if they name their kid something really cool like Xander or Kristoff?
Kristoff the cat.
I love it. Could you? Now when I'm thinking about my youngins. Had I pulled up and one of them baby daddies would have been like, hey, here's my cat. His name's Leland. I'd have been like, oh my God, I'd have made the cat a shirt with my face on it. I have so many ideas now.
Bro, this is true. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. Move, change my address, set all my shit to private.
You would be pissed.
Oh, I'd be livid.
I can tell now you'd be so pissed. Why?
I would be livid because why are you psychotic? Why are you that freaking crazy? And is my child in danger? You've named your cat after my child. Also, why is my ex not doing something? Girl, I don't know.
If she did, we'd be lacking
detail. Hey, email back in and answer all of these questions because we have many.
Question number 1. What's your kid's name? Because it could be cool as shit. Probably is. Number 2.
If it's a common name.
Does the child belong to the man, the ex that y'all are,
Right.
the common man.
I'm going to say no because she said ex, not baby daddy.
Well, maybe, I was told don't call my exes baby daddies because it sounds trashy. Maybe she's got more class than me.
I call my ex-husband baby daddy. I do not give a damn.
And then number 3, I need to know, wait, where was I at? Does that woman have any children? If so, how many and what's their names? What kind of cat does she have? Do you know what it looks like? Are you allergic to cats? Are you open to getting a cat?
She's about to steal that lady's cat.
Oh!
Cat
Can you get charged for that?
Yes.
But you got to prove it's your cat. Is the cat chipped? Listen, if the cat ain't chipped,
It's fair game.
there's a lot of, especially if it's that grayish with the black stripes.
Or orange.
Or orange. There's thousands.
You can't tell the orange ones apart.
Right. No, this is Frederico. I've had this cat since I was 3. Don't get me started. My menopause is flaring up today. I got the ideas.
She said, I'm down for shenanigans. Girl, nothing surprises me anymore. I swear, since we started this show. All right, you ready for the next one? No. This is not necessarily a question, and it does come in anonymous, which I understand. Why?
Oh.
Sam and Danny.
Oh, hey.
I know, right?
Hey, girl, hey.
It's like, I got the tea. Okay, so I was in Nashville for the CMA Fest last weekend, and of course had to do the Broadway thing, which tells me she's not a local.
You Sam's people, not mine. We don't do Broadway.
She said, what an experience. Let me tell you something. Broadway gravy is a real thing. If you know, you know. You can smell it before you see it.
The gravy?
It's all the bodily fluids that are left behind.
Oh, like Bourbon Street? Like that? Like my... Oh.
Yep. What an experience. Anyways, I witnessed a local Nashville influencer in their natural habitat. Influencer in quotations. Except I was disgusted by what I saw. Obviously, fans wanted to come up and get a picture with her, and she did, but when they walked away, she and her friends would make fun of them. Like everything from how they were dressed to, quote, being pathetic. I'm glad I waited to approach her until I saw all of that because I used to be a fan. If her so-called fans could see the way she acts, I wonder how they would feel. I'm afraid to call this creator out. What would you do? Asking for a friend. Now, I understand being afraid to call big creators out because especially sometimes Nashville influencers have a certain type of follower that are ruthless. And if you aren't ready for the onslaught, just don't. But also, on the other hand, I'm not saying any of that behavior was right whatsoever. So, do with that what you will. I understand wanting to call them out, but I understand not wanting to call them out too. I know you.
I have a defect in my brain. I'm getting old. I don't move as quick as I used to. I would have recorded it. I would hope that I was sober enough to get close enough. I would attempt to get close enough to get audio. I feel like. Maybe.
You can't get audio down there, though. It's so loud.
Then definitely I would have hit record. But it won't be nothing for me to be stone cold sober in the middle of a bar, call your ass out. Why are you being so rude?
I know.
Why your face look like that?
Yeah. But not everybody's like that.
I know. I've been like that for a long time. I've had practice. And come from me, I don't give a damn.
This is what I have discovered with, I don't know if this is influencers everywhere, although I have gotten to know some influencers from other areas who are literally salt of the earth people. So cool, so sweet. Obviously everybody has off moments, where your social battery is just drained.
Yeah.
But they still are really respectful. But something about Nashville influencers, girl, they're a different breed.
I don't know, the closest I've ever, and you know how, first of all, I already don't know what I'm doing on social media.
Yeah.
I'll just be out there. I don't know how many times Tutu's been like, oh, there's comments. I'm like, where?
Yeah.
Or you're like, Danny, did you not see?
Yeah.
No, I sure didn't. Tag me. And I've already been tagged.
Yeah.
But there was one influencer that was, I don't know if she's, I don't know. She was out there. Her video was popping up everywhere. I don't know if she's relevant then, relevant now. I thought she was kind of pretty. But she was pissing people off with her little video. And I thought it was funny. And I had some fun with it.
Yeah.
And oh my God, at the messages I was getting, and I thought, y'all didn't listen to what I had said. I wasn't even making fun of the girl. Truly, I was at a girl in her.
Yeah.
Even though I knew she was trying to get a rise out of people.
Yeah.
Thought it was funny.
Yeah.
I don't know how many, and I was like, Sam, I asked you, I was like, hey, there's a comment. How do I reply in video? And I would walk people. I'd hold their hand.
I don't remember this at all.
It's been a hot minute. It's when me and Randy were together.
Oh.
And it was that girl that was like, what she said, have you told your husband he's handsome today?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. I remember this. Yes. She
and
was.
I thought it was
rage
funny.
bait. Yeah.
Right. I thought it was funny. And I was like, girl, yes, I have. And you should too. Because I thought she was pretty.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, oh my God, that's so funny. But
yeah.
Then all of a sudden, like, private messages started, and I laughed.
Yeah.
I'm like, you dumbass.
I don't know. I just feel like everybody sees the glitz and the glamour of being an influencer, but they don't see the downside, like the drama that comes with it and the exhaustion. Everybody feels like they have a right to your intimate life, you know,
and
like
your
space. Personal life. Yeah.
And I think there would be a difference if this influencer was just peopled out.
Yeah.
And they were distancing.
And mixing alcohol in.
And you're distancing yourself. I come across rude when I'm like, don't touch me. Don't talk to me. But I need you not to touch me and not to talk to me. I think I would, for my understanding, right? Because of how I understand how I react to most people. Hey, you get a freebie. Girl, I won't touch you, won't talk to you. But if you are actively mocking.
Right.
That's hatefulness. That is not, you're zapped. That is not, you need a break. That is not, today is done today.
Mm-hmm.
That's mean.
Mm-hmm.
That's mean.
I don't know. My advice, anonymous. So I think her name starts with an A. I would say you can maybe post about this, what you saw and what you witnessed, without naming specifics about the influencer. However, you're going to get blowback for that also because people are going to be like, why even post about it if you're not going to name them? Or you're going to have people tagging a ton of different influencers in the comments that it potentially wasn't them. And
yeah, and I don't think that's fair to other influencers. Like, if it really wasn't them.
Right. And so you could say it wasn't this influencer, but it's going to be like a game of guess who at that point until people narrow it down to the actual influencer. So my opinion is if you're not going to tell it all, don't say anything at all.
Yeah, soul search how much FAFO you got in you.
Yeah.
I got lots.
Yeah. Because you kind of have a mixed bag of influencers, you know, everywhere, but especially in Nashville, that you never know kind of what type of person you're going to get with that. And let it also be a lesson that what you see on camera is a very controlled, curated version of that person. You don't get to see the whole scope of that person. And people are just people. They're both good and bad. So,
absolutely.
That's my opinion. That girl, I have a few in mind that I
But if you do post it, tag us.
Please. Please do. All right. You ready for the last one? What are your thoughts on people changing in a relationship? My partner and I have been together for several years, and he says that I've changed and I'm not the person he met anymore. We were kids with no responsibilities, just starting out in life, so of course I've changed. What would you do in this situation? Is it the beginning of the end for us? Asking for a friend.
I have big emotions around this, so you go first.
I mean, of course you're going to change. I don't think it's the beginning of the end unless you don't put in the effort to work through it. Like, I'm a completely different person now than I was the day I met Rich. I've put in the work to go to therapy and heal and grow. And like, I'm not even doing the same thing for work that I was doing. I don't have a lot of the same friends. Like, my core group of friends is the same, but I've outgrown a lot of friends, and same for him. I read something the other day that said, you on average will have to meet or reintroduce to a person 7 times over the course of their life, meaning like you're going to change drastically 7 times within your lifespan, from birth, childhood, adolescence, young adulthood, parenthood, like all these, they call them seasons in life, but they're times in your life that you grow and you change so drastically. So I think like you have to give your partner space to change. You have to give yourself grace to change. Lots of communication. And yeah, it takes work.
Absolutely. And you're right. It's about 7 times because it's roughly 10 years.
Oh.
You have it's about a decade. Roughly. You have chunks of life experiences that are going to happen within that decade.
Yeah.
Some people grow up really fast. Some people have tons of life experiences. So you may get wham bam twice in a decade, right? Yeah. And when you meet someone so young, when you start a relationship so young, idealistically, it would be phenomenal for both partners to grow within the same rate. Because there's nothing wrong with one growing faster with the sentiment that they can pause and wait on their loved one to catch up, right? Yeah. Here's where it gets tricky. You don't want to be stopped so long that your growth is stunted, that your processes are stunted, and you have to determine, is it that they're just catching up to you, or did they take a hard right and you took a hard left? And sometimes that's okay, right? Sometimes the road forks, but it's not so much that you can't still communicate and you can't still see each other and you come back together. Mm-hmm. And even though it is sad, sometimes it is heartbreaking, sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's not meant to be the forever.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be hateful, and it doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be part of the growth. Yeah. And unfortunately, I've been able to experience both sides of that. I've experienced the, hey, I outgrew you, and this was, a volatile move on, a volatile, separation we have to change. And then I've had others that the respect and love has still stayed there. And, I think both are important for growth. There's things you can get out of both. Yeah. Absolutely. Grow. You should. And if they're not, you should be worried. Yeah. If you're not, you should be worried. Yeah. Lord, now that I'm about to hit 40, all kinds of stuff, I look back and I think, what the hell? and I get to think on it. And then the boys are grown, and I'm watching them do stuff, and I think, what the hell is wrong with you? That's got to be your daddy's side. And it's really not. And then I start remembering that might have come from my side. And so I get to see these ages, right? And I'm like, damn, thank God I'm not 20 again. Yeah. Holy cow. Yeah, grow. Yeah. Grow. Hopefully y'all grow together. Mm-hmm. But,
And I think another major point is don't try to control the other one. Because when you start to see that shift happening, and you love them so much and you have such a strong bond with them, you have a tendency, or can have a tendency, to try to control them out of fear. And that's only ever going to push them away. Yeah. You're never going to be able to control somebody into a relationship with you, or to do and be the way you want them to. I've seen it kill relationships. I've been in relationships where it's done that. And I think it's just communication. Of course, everybody's going to have fears and insecurities within their relationship. That's so normal. But are you doing your part in giving them a confidence that, whatever that fear is, quelling that fear? Obviously, it goes above and beyond sometimes, where it's no matter what I do, you're not doing your part to deal with that, your insecurity or your fear. It takes work on both parts. But you also can't consistently do and say things that put fear and doubt in your partner either. And if that's what's happening to you, maybe reevaluate, why do you want to be with that partner? If they're not building up your confidence and building your trust and, within that relationship, it might not be the healthiest one to be in. And therapy. Therapy. I'm going to create like a cheer. Therapy. Therapy. Uppy.
I'm all for therapy.
Yeah. I love it.
Do as I say or suggest, don't do as I do, because I haven't quite jumped into that yet.
Danielle, you have done amazing the past 3 years.
You do therapy, then you bring it to me. We share. It works great.
You've done so much healing and growing, but also you read a lot and you do a lot of deep dives, and you're almost so self-aware you can't do therapy. Because you would literally walk in and go, all right, let me tell you everything that's wrong with me. I've done the research, and this is how I think I'm going to fix it. And they're just going to be sitting there going, oh, okay, well.
Here's your bill.
Yeah.
Have a cookie.
It's been great listening to you today.
Listen, I don't know. At this point in life, I love growth. I love growth. I hope whoever sent in that, don't stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm so excited for how much I have grown. I just want everybody to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know you got to slum it sometimes to get through it.
That's part of it. See? Growth and change, baby. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Asking for a Friend.
Razzle dazzle.